Alright, welcome back. So we're going to continue from where we stopped in the last video, and this time around you're going to learn how to add bullets and numbering to your list. And we're not going to be using this document anymore. We're going to open a new document now, and you know how to do that already. Just go to your file menu. Go to your file menu, then you go to new, and I'm going to select a blank document. So as you can see, I have a new document now. So we're going to make a list. Let's say we want to make a list of food items. List of food items. This is the list we want to make. So of course you know how to type now, so that shouldn't be an issue for you. Alright, so hit enter key after typing list of food items, because you're making a list. Let's say you're making this list for someone that is going to help you do some shopping. So the next thing you want to do is to type those food items now. So I'll type them. Rice. I'll hit enter key. Beans. Enter key. Yam. Enter key. Let's say fish. Enter key. Let's say meat. Let's type two more. Let's say banana. Then let's say watermelon. Alright, so let's say this is the list. So I have just itemized all the things I want to buy from the market now. But if you look at it, it's a list, but it doesn't look well arranged. So what your bullet is going to do for you is to arrange this list in such a way that it looks more organized. So also you can make use of your numbering to itemize this list according to their preference. Alright, so you can produce a priority list using the numbering. Alright, so that's how it works. So but if you want to prepare a priority list, you can make use of bullet, because that's not going to give you a number. And when you say numbering, it's going to attach a number to each of those items. So if you say number 1, it means number 1 item will be the one to be procured first, and it means that is the most important item on your list. So when you want to prepare a list that has priority and all that, you need to make use of numbering for that. But if your list doesn't carry any priority, then you can make use of your bullet. So that's how it works. Okay, let's say for example you want to itemize steps to getting something done. You use your numbering to do that, because that will carry number. Alright, so this is the first step, this is the second one, this is the third one, this is the fourth, and this is the fifth. So by doing that, you need to attach numbers to it. So you use numbering, you don't use bullet for that. But if what you want to do doesn't have anything to do with progression and all that, then you make use of your bullet. Okay, so you've typed these items now, so let's add bullet to the list. Now how do you add bullet? The first thing you're going to do is to select those items that you want to add bullet to. Don't forget, you know how to select now. Then the next thing you're going to do is to go to your bullet. How do you get the bullet? You go to your Home tab, then you come to the paragraph group. Okay, can you see paragraph group? Then you come to look at it, bullets, your bullets command or your bullets tool. So right there, you have a drop down button. Then you can see the list of bullets you have there. So you can choose any of them. As you hover around each of those bullets, you're going to be seeing the preview right on your document. Look at the first one. Look at the second one. Can you see it's changing? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look. So you select the one you like. All right. So I'm going to make use of this because I think I like this. So as you can see now, look at the items. They are better arranged and they're looking more organized. All right. Unlike the other one. So now let's assume that you want to arrange this according to their priority. So what do you use? You don't use bullet. What you use is numbering. So how do you achieve that? So you're going to select it back. You want to replace that. So you go to numbering. Okay, let's leave this. So let's prepare another list apart from this. Now, from the last item, just click enter. So you'll be wondering, so how do we get out of this? Very simple. There are two ways to do that. It's either you go back to your bullet. As you can see, it's on currently. All right. So you can switch it off by clicking it. So if I click now, you see that it has disappeared. All right. So let's undo that action. So it's back. The second way by which you can achieve that is to click enter key again. So just hit enter key on your keyboard. As you can see now, that has gone. So we're still coming back to this list, but let's make another list. Let's say steps in capital letters, steps to which list can we make now? Okay, steps to driving a car. This is according to what's it called now? The priority. So it's a priority list. So you have to know which one has to be done first before the other one and all that. So you arrange them like that. So steps to driving car is the list we want to prepare. So I'll hit the enter key and I'm going to start. So don't mind the list, but I'm going to just start by saying that the first thing you need to do when you want to drive a car is to insert key into the ignition. All right. So the next thing you're going to do is to turn on the ignition. All right. I hope this is correct. Mind you, if you're driving a manual car, you have to be sure that before you turn on the ignition, you have your gear on neutral. So let's make that one our number one what's it called now? Number one item. Okay. So the first thing we're going to type there is, let's say, put your gear on neutral. So that's the first thing you're doing. So we're going to move on to the next item now after turn on the ignition. So the next thing you're going to do is to put your gear on 1. So let's assume that this is the these are the steps to driving a car. I'm not saying this is perfect, but you know, we're just trying to drive home a point. So we have all these items, you know, listed. So, but we want to ensure that they are arranged according to that progression. So I'm going to highlight or select those items listed, and I'm going to come to numbering. Look at numbering, still under Home tab, paragraph group. There you go to your drop down button. So we have different numbering systems. As you can see, look at 1, 2, 3. Can you see? We have Roman figure. The Roman figure is there. If that is what you want to use. We have the alphabets, capital alphabet. We have the small letter alphabets and different formats. So you can use any of this, but I would prefer to use 1, 2, 3, the normal one that we all know. So selecting it now, you notice that it has itemized my items for me, and it's better arranged now, and they are labeled. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how to use your bullet and your numbering. Okay. So now I want to show you something here. You notice that after selecting your bullet the other time, look at it, it has shifted it away from the margin. And if you remember, we learned this under indentation, if you can still remember. So your left indent is there now automatically. So if you want to check that, what do? You go back to your Home tab, go to paragraph, and let's launch the dialog box again. And if you come to indentation section, you see left indent is what? 0.25 inch. I say that 0.25 inches. Okay. Look at what happened now. Special is hanging, not first line. You see that the first line still maintained that normal indent, but the bullet items, look at them, they've been shifted away from the left margin. Can you see that? So that's why we have hanging, and it's shifted by 0.5 inches. Can you see that now? So if you want to reduce this indent, you can do that by, you know, just reducing it here. And as you can see, if I say OK now, you see it has affected that particular line where I clicked. I didn't select all. That's why it's like that. So I'm going to undo it. Let's select everything back. Okay. So let's go back to the dialog box launcher. So let me select that. Let me turn it back to 0. As you can see now, can you see what we're having? So it's back. Now another thing you can do to push it, don't forget, is to use your indent. Can you see this? Increase indent. And your decrease indent. But you see, it will not go because I just set it to 0. Okay? this will not work until I go back to this place. Can you see that? So this is where you're going to do the settings. Okay, so you can increase it here maybe to 0.5, but most times if you're using bullet, it's always 0.25 inches that they use. Okay, so that's the most used measurement for that. So but let's try 0.5 and let's see what happens. Can you see? So can you see that the space is much? So let's go back and reduce it to 0.25. So you won't get 0.25 directly, but you can type it 0.25. Can you see that? So you can see that it's back now. So that's the way it works. You can do the same for your numbering. If you want to push the number back towards the left, go to your dialog box launcher and reduce it to 0. And you see that it's going to come back. Can you see that now? So that's the way it works. If you want to take it back, you do the same, 0.25. You go to increase it, 0.25. Can you see that? So we have it back. So this is how your bullet and your numbering works. So the last one I want to talk about is the multi-level list. So this is different from these first two. Don't forget that you can apply your line spacing to this in case you feel they are closely packed together. So you can highlight or select this. See that? Select it. Then go to your line spacing, which I taught you the last time. Under Home tab, you go to paragraph, then you see your line spacing. Can you see this icon? So you can choose 1.5, you can choose 1.15, 1.5, then 2.0, which is double line spacing. This is 1.5 line spacing. You have 3 line spacing. Can you see that? 2.5 line spacing. So you can choose any one you like. Okay, you can do the same for I didn't select anything, that's why it didn't change eventually. So you can select the one for your numbering as well, change the line spacing as you're moving. You can see. So let's assume I want to use 2.0. Look at the output, then do the same for your bullet. Okay, 2.0. Can you see the spacing now? So that's the way it works. So let's go to the final one. I said if you want to stop a numbering or a bullet, what do? You hit enter key again. So it's going to off it. Okay, or you go to the numbering icon and click it. You can see that it's currently active. So if I want to deactivate it, all I need to do is to click it again, then it will be off. Do you understand now? So it's either you click it or you hit enter key on your keyboard, and that's going to be off. So let's make another list, which is the multi-level list now. So this multi-level list is different from the other ones, because this one, you know, when you're making the list, maybe one of the items will be having sub items under them. All right, so you need to find a way to put that. Okay, and if you want to achieve that, you have to use multi-level list for that. Okay, so let's start. What can we use now? Okay, let's use a list of food types. Okay, so I'm going to click enter key. Sorry, I'm hitting enter key on my keyboard to move to start listing those items. So let's say the first item I want to list is protein. Let me first say something before I start this. For the other ones we've done for bullet and the numbering, you can type the list first before applying the bullet or numbering to it. All right, or choose the bullet first before typing them out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Take for example what I've just done now. let's say I want to use bullet. I've not started typing the list. So I'll first select the bullet. Then I'll start typing. Let's say I want to say yam. Sorry, I want to use this. Yam. Can you see I'll press enter key, beans. So that's the easiest way to do it. Alright? Butter. So can you see that? So you can either do it this way or you do it the first way I did it. Do you understand that? So that's the way to go about it. So now I'm going to delete all this. I'll delete everything. So I'll go back. List of food items. Now that I want to use multi-level list, I'm going to come to my home tab, then paragraph group. You come to this third icon. Once you point to it, don't forget that it will show you the name, multi-level list. Can you see it? So I'll click there. So I'm going to make a choice out of all this list. How do I want it to look? Do I want this type? That is 1, then the next one will be A, then the next level will be Roman figure 1. So I have to decide how I want it. This is another list. You can make your bullet to be multi-level too. This will be the first level. Then you have the other level there, the third level, and so on and so forth. Do you understand? So you can make your choice. Look at this one, article section. If what you want to do is in this format, you can use this. Look at another one, 1.1. People always use this when they are working on, thesis. So when they're typing the thesis, they use this under the table of content. Okay. So these are things that you can make use of, but I think I will make use of this. So let's say I'm choosing this multi-level. So let's say the first food type that I want to talk about is protein. Okay, protein. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to hit enter key. So under protein, I have something else there. Okay, I want to list the types of protein that I have. Okay, examples of protein type of food. So I'm going to press tab key. Don't forget, tab key on your keyboard will be used to generate that. So you're going to push the insertion point away from the margin. So if I press tab now, as you can see, it has generated another level. So I'm going to put beans. Let's say I want to also type under beans the different types of beans. So I'm going to click enter key, press enter key. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to press tab again, because I want to make another list under beans. So beans is a list under protein. Then I want to make another list under beans. That is the types of beans that we have. So I'm going to press tab again to push it away. So let's say white beans. Then the second type of beans is brown beans. I hope you're following. Do you understand? So I'm done with these beans. If I press enter key, you see that it's going to continue along that line. But if I want to stop that, I will hold shift key on my keyboard and press that tab key to come back to the second level. You hold your shift key, then you press the tab key with it. Then it's going to take you back to the second level. So let's say another protein that I want to type is fish. I'll type it. Then I'll press enter key. Maybe I have different types of fish that I want to list. That's another level under fish. So what I'm going to do is to press tab key again to make another list. Let's say tilapia. Then let's say number 2, catfish. So I'll press enter key. As you can see, we've gotten to the end of this first page, so it's dropping to the next page since the first page is filled up. So as you can see, we are now on number 3, but I don't want to type any type of fish again, so I want to go back to the second level. So what do? I press Shift on my keyboard with Tab. So Shift plus Tab will take you back to the second level. So I have C now under protein, but I want to stop protein. I want to go to number 2, that is to list another type of food, which is carbohydrate or vitamin. So let me go back now again to first level. So I'll still use Shift plus Tab, and it's going to take me back now. Can you see that? So let's say I want to now put carbohydrate. Okay, let me use carbohydrate. Hydrates. Can you see that? So that's the class of food. Then let's go now further. You see that it's going to take me to the next one. That carbohydrate is not correct. So I've corrected because I added N to it. I've just removed that. I'm still going to teach you how to correct grammatical errors and all that later. So as you can see now, the third one under this list, let's say it's vitamin, but I don't want to do that yet. I want to list the categories of carbohydrate food too. So let's go. How do I move to the next level? I press Tab key on my keyboard. Then let me put carbohydrate. Let me put rice. Okay. So can we make a list under rice too? Yeah. Let me press Enter key. Then I press Tab again to make another list under rice. Let's say white rice. Okay. Number 2, let's say ofada rice. Okay. So I'm going to press Enter again. I don't want to make the third list, the third item. I don't want to add any third item. I want to go back to the second list now. Use Shift Tab to go back. So any other carbohydrate food that we can put here. What can we put there? Okay, let's put starch. What can we put there? Let's put Indomie. Okay, Indomie. Or let's put yes, Indomie is okay. Indomie noodles. Can you see that? So under Indomie noodles, let's say we have Dangote noodles. Then let's say we have Honeywell noodles. So I don't want to make the third item. I don't want to list it. So I'm going to go back to the next level. So as you can see now, I've been able to make my list. This is a multi-level list now. So you can go ahead and do your own. So if I want to go back to the next level, I'll just press Shift Tab again to go to number 3. So maybe I want to continue like that to list another class of food. I can now type maybe vitamin or mineral, whichever way. So you can continue to populate it until you master it. So I'm sure you've learned something from this bullet and numbering now, so you can do it on your own. And I'm sure you shouldn't have any problem doing that, going forward. All right. So that's that about that. So I'm going to see you in the next video. Thank you.